All right, before we begin, should we just say like our little like mishap, like that happened earlier in Discord?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Why not?
yeah. So basically, what happened in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, Discord is so much more organized, so organized." And I showed like TeaDevil the picture like that you guys are all seeing right now, the PopKa podcast like under construction thing. Apparently, he didn't see it, and basically he said like,
Yes.
what did it say to you?
I pretty much you said to me that uh what was it? It was pretty much you saying, well, shit, what was it?
I sent you like the main like image that we were using,
Yeah.
and basically you said you couldn't see it. Why?
Oh yeah, because apparently the histories it's pretty much in the history I can't actually see it. I don't have permission.
And then I said, no, it's right there. It's right fucking there.
And at last I wasn't able to see it, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh hey, here I am.
So I had to go in and basically like edit things in order for him to see it. You gotta love technology. Welcome to the PopKa podcast. And it's because sometimes pop culture makes us want to drink even more. I'm the TheGamingCentaur,
Oh my
and
god.
here is my friend the TeaDevil.
Hey everybody.
And basically, we're just doing this like little pre-alpha stage of this. I just want to get us like a feel of it, like maybe like play around with some things here and there, and basically just get a feel of everything before we continue higher up on the ladder. It's why you have this city image right here because, well, let's start off crap and just get better over time.
Yep, doesn't hurt to try starting small, right?
Yeah. So I guess let's start off with the things of basically how are you today and everything otherwise.
Everything's going well. Thankfully, college is done for now, so we
Oh,
got a little
thank
bit more time to do
goodness.
some things. Yeah, so we got a little bit more time to do some things, do a little bit of art, do a little podcast, play some games.
Yeah,
Uh,
game part I need to catch up on.
oh yeah, especially I mean I haven't actually posted anything on
Oh,
here at this point.
jeebus. Well, yeah, I'm on based on the same boat as you, including the done with like college classes for right now. Though next semester is gonna be even more piled on, so that's gonna be fan fucking
Yeah,
tastic.
it's best to do the uh required things first, and then do like the ones that you want to do. I already finished everything required for general education. I just have to do all the stuff for transferring to the other classes. I'm trying to do like 3 things at once, so I got a lot of stuff to get over.
Oh, I wish you the best of luck there, good sir.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna need it. I'm really gonna need it.
Oh, I'm going to need it as well. I had a hard time with apparently just 4 classes. I'm going to have 5 classes next semester.
Oh, I guess yours doesn't require points, huh?
Yes, and 2 of them are at 8 a.m. instead of like 11.
Oh yeah, that's mine. That's mine. That was mine last semester. Honestly, it's better to
Uh,
have it early than have it like freaking late at like 8 o'clock p.m.
oh, that's where one of my classes ends at.
Oh really?
Yes. So one of my
Oh
class
god.
so uh like 2 of the days I have to wake up at 8 a.m. and 2 other days I have my classes ends at 8 p.m.
Huh.
I'm fucked.
Jeez. I wish you luck on that one.
Yeah, thanks. But yeah, you did mention like art and whatnot, and that's something I haven't really been able to do. It's actually sort of some of the reason why I kind of gone this like this little hiatus of mine. Though I want to get into lately of just how much I basically just missed out because of that hiatus. Because holy shit, everything just went down all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess in the meantime, have you like done anything?
Me, I've been doing something outside of what I kind of like. Well, I kind of like in a way. It's just that it's kind of like, I don't know if anyone would enjoy it, but I've been trying to make do some gardening a bit. So I already got some things um
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
planted.
you live like where it's mainly sunny all the time, whereas I live in a place that likes to just mess with your weather all the time. Like, hey, have some snow. Hey, have some rain. Hey, have some wind. Here, hey, some sun.
Well, unless you can make your own little greenhouse, then it wouldn't be much of a problem.
Yeah, that is true. Just I guess I'm too
Yeah.
lazy right now to even get to that.
That could be a good subject for pop culture because if you haven't noticed, some of the housing here and some other places, there's barely a backyard.
Really?
There's literally barely a backyard, especially in um Vegas that I was raised around because I was raised around, at least there's a backyard in the what they call gingerbread houses. Pretty much all of them are the same thing. But now, if you look out a bit more, I think there was like one area of housing where they're very close together, and the wall is just literally, if you like open the door to the backyard, the wall is pretty much like right at your face. There's
Really?
literally just like there's literally
Really?
just like there's literally like three, like I think the minimum will be like 2 feet, and then the maximum will be just like freaking 5 feet. That's it. That's
Wow.
that's that's your backyard.
I don't know how I would actually deal with that actually, especially with like how much my family loves to sort of like have like a fence in our backyard, which is definitely bigger. It is definitely bigger than that.
Oh yeah, so maybe that could be also a good subject on pop culture of how back then you just have this big backyard, and then all of a sudden just like, what the frick am I looking at?
Back in my day,
Back in my day, I have a backyard.
I had an actual back fucking yard.
It wasn't like a small little place, but yeah, no, that's pretty close.
uh, for me, I've basically just been trying to get back into like the art stuff, though I have been addicted to Among Us a lot more because there's a Barnes and Nobles right next to my college.
Lucky you.
Yeah, lucky me. Except I don't know how to handle it, and I've spent so much money on mangas this semester.
Here's the thing: the only like stores I have here are pretty much ones with the old books, which is not bad. It's just that you kind of want to look at the new ones, and even the new bookstores here, they don't even have a manga area. It's like, well, damn.
Well, the thing is that I just need help with moderation because, like, without it, I think I spent more than $100 to $200 on mangas this semester.
Mm.
That's not a good thing.
Another subject for pop culture.
No,
Anyways,
oh my gosh. Actually, the whole idea was sort of like we have our own like little, I guess like expertise in like pop culture, so to speak, and so
mm.
yeah. At least that's like a more fleshing out for like another day. And so I've also
Yeah.
been like trying to do more art because I've fallen back behind so much. Like, oh my god, it's not even funny. Again, it's sort of why I did like the whole hiatus because I can't with like the schedule that I had, I couldn't make really anything and still be able to keep up.
Mm.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll. And it's mainly just with how I scheduled my timing and everything because I can be a lazy fuck. I'm dead serious, and so basically, I need to work on that. But otherwise, I've been reading the Ancient Magus Bride because I am the person who likes manga more than anime, and so I'm like, I'm just gonna read this instead of watch.
It's a little better to actually read the stuff than the watching it first, because usually the animes are either going to be the first thing that comes out, which is kind of a small chance. Well, not a small chance, but most of the anime is from the mangas.
Yeah.
So the manga is it's best to at least read the manga first, and then or like alongside the anime.
Yeah. It. I. I'm trying to find like what words to find. This is why I call it pre-alpha, folks, because this is bound to happen.
Oh no, don't worry. We're new to this, so we'll either just sound kind of weird or we just like fiddle all over the places.
What is this thing you call professionalism? Exactly. I have been reading Ace Magnus Bride, and I have been really enjoying it actually so far.
It's supposed to be a very good.
It's
manga,
definitely
so.
It has this like good but dark magic feel to it. Like there's a sense of both realism and this. It's like this feeling of like mysticism that like Harry Potter, I would say, had when you were younger, like around the first 3 books. Actually, you know what that actually makes? Actually, you know what that feels like it where it fits perfectly, at least in my opinion for right now. Except there's death already. Like I think in like volume 2 of the 3 that I've read so far, there's already like death.
Well, I mean, manga.
Japan. Like I don't know how to get away with it, but somehow they do.
Speaking of that, I think I'll tell you that a bit more about their little pop culture later.
All right.
Well, I'll just give you one small info. Is that again, each culture in each country is very different, and Japan is pretty much no different. And one thing I noticed is that they're a bit more, how should I say? They're more open with like exposing a bit more stuff to the kids, exposing a bit more
movies.
Yeah, I actually went there to Akibahara, and I did not expect like half the thing. I was like, okay, I know it's like a big, like electric little place. You can buy some parts, you can buy some things. They still have some Game Boy Advance games still there.
Really? Like
I was just looking at it, like staring at, like, God damn it.
So, like, how often do you see like these retro stores there?
It's Akibahara is known for their gaming and other stuff. So you just have these posters of well-known games or whatnot. But when I was there, I noticed 2 things. One was the cliche of cat girl maid situation.
Oh yeah.
So there's these cat girl maids, little cat girl maids that were giving people these bags, and they had some stuff in it, and not bad stuff. It's just like some merchandise, that minimal merchandise. And another one is that there's a billboard overlooking Akibahara, and the first thing I noticed was, the Daikimura body pillows.
Oh yeah.
So on the billboard were 3 girls who have a bit more exposure to the cleavage.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's pretty much Akibahara, but here's another known fact.
Wait. I'm sorry, but wait. It was on billboards where everyone could see it.
Yeah, on a building overlooking Akibahara. It was literally the first thing that I noticed when I looked up. I was just like, huh.
Huh, body pillows. Thank God I'm not in America, or I would be in jail.
But yeah, in that culture, it's just like, why not? I mean, that's no surprise in some European countries too. It's just like, why not?
But apparently here, gore is more appreciated than boobies.
Oh yeah, you know what's funny? Back in my childhood, there was a show called Kamen Rider, and I looked back at some of the shows that they had back then, and the oldest show was Amazon.
Kamen
They did
Rider
a remake.
Amazon?
Yeah, Kamen Rider Amazon, and there's a part in spoilers if people are kind of into that. There's a point in the final battle in Kamen Rider Amazon is that there's a point where the villain kind of died, but you just see him get skewered by like a pit trap of spikes. So you just see this. It's not you can tell it's not blood. It's kind of ketchup blood thing situation, but you can tell the guy. You pretty much my mind says, okay, this guy got stabbed brutally and blood is spewing out. And then there's one point where Amazon actually cut the guy into smaller pieces of like arm, leg, head, and all that.
So it's like a mixture of it's a mixture of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and that one samurai movie that had like a hose connected to a guy. Like that's how apparently they did it back in the day to simulate like blood gushing out.
Yeah, but that's I forgot when, because apparently they did a reboot of Amazon called Amazons with an S at the end. That one literally emphasizes on the gore a bit, but it again is by Amazon, the company. But I think Amazon was in 1974 that the first episode was up. But move forward. I think there's like a lot of these Kamen Rider shows. In Kamen Rider X8, there was a point where they actually showed blood. Like it wasn't even ketchup, but it looked like holy shit. That kind of looks like blood.
Really?
Yeah. So the thing is, though, is that as I said, each culture has their own way of
pop culture.
So, yeah. So their own pop culture, and like for example, like if you watch Power Rangers here, you won't see blood and all that. You literally just see
sparks flying. I remember
sparks flying. Well, it's same thing with Kamen Rider, but apparently in XA there were some points where they get stabbed and there was kind of blood. They kind of cough blood up. There's still sparks when they're like in their suits and all that, but
there's like still blood in like Super Sentai. I remember like watching Gokaiger. There were several points where one of the Rangers did get bloodied up actually.
Yeah, oh yeah, they in those ones they don't like show too much. Thankfully, not too much like gore, but it will show like death maybe. But
of course, because apparently Japan can take death more than America.
Yeah, and well, not only that, some other countries are kind of give more exposure to that to the kids.
Which actually makes more sense. Why don't we do that? Why don't we do that actually?
I don't know. I think because of one particular incident, our culture that's kind of like, oh, our kids shouldn't see this situation, which wasn't actually from a show. It was actually, I think, from a real situation. I don't know. Something happened around that time, I believe.
Huh. Well, I feel like that needs to change in the future, but that's just me.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much. So there's a bit of a culture situation with that as well, and I think that's interesting because when you think that when you go to another place, it's like, oh, they're kind of the same as us. No, and that's the thing that you should. That's a big tip if you're gonna go travel. Don't assume that their culture is like the same. I mean, there will be some
similarities, but
but not like, oh, hey, you're like. Yeah, so, like, for example, one thing in Japan is that if you're going to go to, like, a restaurant, you can't serve your own drink. You have to ask the host, like, the person who invited you, to give you a drink.
Okay.
So that's one. Another thing is that around here, like, for example, ramen or noodles. There, it's not actually pop culture, kind of like part of the entire culture situation, but when you slurp noodles here, people think it would be gross. It would be just kind of like disrespectful. There, it's supposed to be respectful. You're supposed to slurp your noodles. So there is a bit of a culture situation in there too, which I think we'll talk about later in the future.
And now I feel like instead of call that section like the TeaDevil hour.
The TeaDevil hour.
Yeah, the TeaDevil hour.
TeaDevil education.
Like I'm not I'm not really affiliated with my culture as much as Japan or anyone else's, so that's not.
Yeah, you just have to kind of research a little bit too, because of it. I mean, it's just there. It's just like, it's just what you are grown up with. So
yeah, I grew up with
it's just
Oh, continue.
Oh no! Keep going.
Okay, I just grew up with like mainly just cartoons on like Cartoon Network while I'm being sick and whatnot.
Well, that's still part of culture, though. That's kind of a reflection of culture, especially pop culture.
Yeah. But the good kind, not the terrible kind, usually, unlike what's going on with Cartoon Network right now. Like,
boy.
Did you see like the recent like list for?
I saw that. I literally just saw that on Tumblr. I was just like, oh dear.
From Christmas
God.
Day to New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Like.
Oh my. It's just.
I will admit, I have not seen Teen Titans Go at all, but
you want my opinion?
Sir.
For kids, okay, fine, but for people who are grown with like the original Teen Titans, that was introduced the first time in Cartoon Network. You would just say it sucks.
Oh yeah.
You're used to that type of part of the culture, and then when you see that one that kind of is a version of your culture, it's kind of like, oh god. Articulating. Oh, that's one thing we have to do. Articulate.
What? Oh, like wait, what? Articulate, like.
Yeah, we, because he can hear our voice, but our articulation sucks.
I'm so bad at English, I forgot what articulation means.
Pretty much articulating what you're saying.
Oh, like giving, like, just, like, emphasis on words and whatnot?
That's something else, I think.
No, what? I'm so used to Google, I'm just going to use that.
Here, let me give you the definition. It's pretty much express fluently and cohesively. So pretty much you.
So stop the fucking stuttering. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
I just caught myself with that, but yeah, it's also that. But I just did another articulation problem is the ums.
Yeah, which I happen to do sometimes.
Oh, don't worry. Most of us do that. Most of us do that. Don't worry.
For a time, I thought I was actually the only one that really did it a lot, because when you watch TV and think that everything is so fluent, that's how life works, and then your brain thinks, go fast, fuck whatever else you're trying to think about, and then you just come into this mumbling mess of pronunciation.
Think at the top of your head what you're gonna say next. You might regret it.
Oh, like you do sometimes?
Yeah. And I say it properly.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to like talk about like sort of like not only things that we like, but also sort of the things surrounding that. I guess speaking of which, there's actually 3 mangas that I bought recently when I was buying Christmas gifts.
Oh, nice.
I guess the first one I'll start off with is a weird one. It's one of those like taken to a different world, because that's like extremely common. It's called That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
What?
That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Are you kidding?
No, this is an actual thing. Like someone reincarnated as a as like a standard RPG slime.
Huh.
This is Japan now, folks. When you're running out of ideas.
I know. I do believe there is some reincarnations too. I think there's a story. There's a small story of that somewhere about reincarnation. But yeah, there's sometimes you can it would suck. I will be honest. It would suck if you get reincarnated as like a snail or like a or like just one of the most useless like animal. I won't say useless. I mean, most of them have their own thing, but just looking at it, it's like, oh god, that looks terrible.
Though I will say that Konosuba is probably the best example of like this taking to another world thing. It is so fucking hilarious, especially I read the manga, not watch the anime, and I'm still having a blast. Like it is the most fun. It is the funniest thing that I've ever read in my entire library, and I love it just for that. Make sure to bully Aqua as much as possible. Bully the useless
Aqua.
goddess.
That's so sad.
No, it's great. Apparently I did get another like one, but only because it's done by like sort of a different publisher that I'm not really never really heard of before. One Piece Books, like that's the publisher of it. And
One Piece Books.
Yes, One Piece Books. Apparently they've done like multiple books and other Japanese translations before. They the series that they are doing is like the rising of the Sealed Hero, both like the light novel and anime version.
Huh.
No, not anime. I mean manga. Fuck. Oh my gosh. So Narufumi Iwatani, an uncharismatic otaku who spends his days on games and mangas, suddenly finds himself summoned into a parallel universe.
Okay, you just said it for a bit, yeah.
Like, it's okay. So this happens so many times where it's basically just like some nerd gets taken to a new world. One of my favorite mangas, 12 Beasts, does it. Even though like later on I forgot he's even like taken to like another world. No Game No Life that has done it actually, and
Yes.
This one does sound super generic, and it doesn't help the cover looks generic to me as well. Like, the seal doesn't even look that interesting. It's like a basic sci-fi lazy done shield with a circle green gem in the middle.
Huh.
Like, and also there's a girl with what looks like bear ears. And they were trying to do cat ears. They fucking failed. Hold on, I'll send you like the cover of it. Wait, there's an anime? No, I'll check out the anime later.
Later.
Yes, very much later because I just want to read this fucking thing first. I got this mainly just out of curiosity because I need to scratch that itch.
Well, they'll have to at least check it out and see if you can go through there or not.
Yeah, I just sent you the picture of it.
All right, so Rise of the Shield Hero.
Like, does that cover look a bit generic to you?
Kinda does.
Yeah, it does. It does to me, at least. Definitely the Sealed, like.
Oh, the shield looks out of place.
Actually,
it literally looks out of place. Like you see, all the other characters look soft shaded, with even the lines are colored. It's just that one looks like someone just got halfway tired of coloring the lines to shade it in to blend in with the like the background of the character and whatnot. It just looks a little bit out of place.
Yeah, this is what I meant. Like, it looks like a boring kind of sci-fi. Like, it's so simple. All right, and the third thing that I got, which sort of relates into like the main thing about the main, I guess, the course for this podcast has to do with a certain manga that I got. It's a triple pack with volumes 1 to 3 of Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, Rurouni Kenshin. Oh, dude.
Yeah, I can't wait to check this out, but...
Dude, it's freaking amazing, man.
Yeah, I read chapter 1 and I was hooked onto this for the time being. The manga, the anime that I saw on Netflix is pretty good. But there's a reason why I got this, actually, mainly.
Why?
Because I'm worried Viz Media is going to discontinue the series soon.
Oh, you mean the copies won't be? Oh.
Yeah, because you know why. Which brings me into the main course of this podcast. What the fuck happened in November? What the fuck happened in December? Like, I decided to take a hiatus when everything went down. Like,
yeah, let's be honest. The entire month and the years were kind of like, well, what just happened?
Yeah, basically, like, it went from like fuck off 2016 to like, oh no, please don't blow it up, please don't blow it up.
Yeah, it's
oh my god, it is. Okay, so let's start off with one of the things that grabs my attention the most: the fucking Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Holy shit, that is dumpster fire. And I'm mainly like into the video game news, so. Okay, so the main reason why Battlefront 2 has sort of been getting this shit can, especially as of late, is because of the loot box system.
Yes, people have been. They weren't happy with it. I think was there something about it saying it's kind of like gambling?
Oh, I'm going to get to that shit later, because in the beginning, like, sort of like EA and DICE sort of promised, we'll do better, we'll make it better than the last one. And then all of a fucking sudden, like, it started going down on them hard. Like, the beta came out, and like some people were sort of like weren't really a fan of how it was. And later on, like, when they opened up the loot box system, it got really worse. Like, it was pay to win on a mobile game level.
Yeah,
and it's $60 up front too.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing, though, is that I forgot what the name of. Oh, Jesus. But that also leads to how developers and developers and the people who make the games.
That's developers and developers. That basically is what you said.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Anyways, what I was trying to say is you have to have a good connection with the community, the game community. And here's the thing I noticed: there's a handful. Sadly, there's a hand. And I shouldn't say sadly because these communities actually are good. Of developers that will listen to the community instead of saying, fuck it.
Yeah, listen to community. Yeah, that did so well for them. It got EA the most hated comment on Reddit ever. Oof. The most downvoted comment. And so everything just sort of spiraled out of control at that point. Like, so many people were still complaining about EA and DICE's implementation of loot boxes, and it slowly actually started getting news from CNN of all places.
Oh yeah, I saw some some news channels that were talking about it.
Yes, and that's how bad it got. To the fact...
No, it got so it got so bad. I think I heard it from a local news.
Local.
From a local news.
Wow.
Let that sink in for a little while. From a local news of all things, you would think that. Wow.
Oh my god. That makes it seem even more worse.
Oh,
That's to the
God,
point
that's
that
sad.
Fucking Disney had to call EA apparently to say,
Yeah,
turn off,
Disney was like, oh God.
turn off the loot boxes. And the eve of the release date, like as soon as it was public release to everyone, it's like, oh, we'll just turn off the loot boxes. And
Nope.
now there's like days ago, 2 weeks ago, there was rumors that they aren't going to come back on because of how bad it's gotten.
Oh yeah, it got pretty bad.
And one of those actually is kind of surprising. This same kind of implementation is also in the new Need for Speed and UFC game of loot boxes.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
no one complained about those because it's not Star Wars.
Oh yeah, because you don't usually hear that from those. Yeah, now you said that.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. And what I've actually sort of noticed is that it also started trickling down to other games as well. Like when people
does loot boxes. Yeah.
no, the sort of the outrage of it, because like when and Bungie got caught 2 times with like meddling with Destiny's XP system, like one time with like how it was structured, and the other time with how it locked away old content to unless you got the DLC. Both times.
That sounds.
Oh, continue.
Oh no, keep going. I always do that by accident.
Both times, Bungie was like, "We're sorry, we don't agree with this anymore, so we'll fix it," because of EA. EA got so much diss at both the Game Awards and at the Snorefest that was PlayStation Experience.
Oh boy.
Like, they not only are they a laughingstock, but it got worse. Like, to the point that people demanded governments to crack down on loot boxes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, someone in Hawaii, the senator or representative, he just wants to make a law just so that, like, to push, like, the publishers away from these pay-to-win loot boxes, and not just full-out censor games, which I'm happy for. At least there's a good guy in Washington that it feels like I can at least trust right now.
Here's the thing, that is, oh God, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. Continue.
I noticed one thing is that, again, with like how to connect with the community and whatnot, for paying wise, there's let's do like an example. I'll just think one on top of my head. Let's do Warframe. Let's just do that for why not?
All right.
I know. Here's the thing: is for some of the things, a lot of people say, is it pay to win? No, because the weapons that you get, you can either get in a store using the in-game currencies, and pretty much you can just level that up and put in some stuff to make it better and whatnot. And if you want to get the other ones that require you to be in a dojo or in a clan, you can simply just ask somebody, "Hey, are you in a clan? I want to join in." It's like, okay, sure, and blah blah. Get all this stuff, and do that. I think the only time I believe so is it's very minimal for players to buy an actual weapon with real money. It's usually for making your Warframe, the thing that you're playing with, to make it look more fancy. So the only time you pay for, you use your money, is just to look fancy. And
So, I remember hearing it at the Game Awards. It was called like Fashion Frame.
yes, that's what they were called too. In a while they call it fashion frame because you just have all these things that looks cool and it's like, okay, it's like, oh, I kind of want that, but then you realize this is not weapons to make yourself be better. It's just stuff that makes you look kind of cool.
From
So
the
it's
sounds.
in.
Okay, continue. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that it's not about like weapons on that one. It's more on fashion. So pretty much, it's kind of your choice of should I get that or not, or yeah. So it's pretty much a bit of a choice on that.
But it already sounds like it has a better sense of balance compared to like most games, like most games with loot boxes. It feels like these days.
Hmm.
I will bring up Overwatch because that's sort of like what bounced loot boxes into the stratosphere. It feels like. I will say at least they're cosmetic, but as as sort of Jim Sterling sort of pointed out, as Jim Sterling sort of pointed out with like the parody game, I'm what was it again? Like, oh yeah, I can't believe it's not gambling. He even felt like some of the like gambling compulsions of it, and from like, and I can't believe it's not gambling was sort of set up as like,
oh yeah, I saw that. That was kind of
a like shitpost game or like a parody game, but it was done to sort of mimic Overwatch. And I will admit, the only reason why I played Overwatch was because I wanted more loot boxes. It wasn't because of the gameplay. Yeah. And so basically, I stopped playing it because of that, because of loot boxes. And I know right now that loot boxes are slowly becoming more and more like you cannot avoid them. You simply cannot.
yeah, that's kind of a bit of a downfall on that.
It's gotten to a point where Call of Duty, which I thought had a great progression system for unlocking cosmetics, kind of now relies on loot boxes as well, with sort of the same kind of flair that Overwatch uses.
Yeah, so I kind of am hoping that some people can at least learn from, like, for example, like communities like Warframe, because they don't do loot. Last time I recall, they don't do loot boxes.
Yeah, and I just
It,
hope that like the industry takes a look at EA's situation and doesn't treat this as a one trick pony, because I have a feeling that like people will still remember this. Like I wonder how much of Star Wars got affected, Last Jedi box office wise, because I know some people don't want to go see that movie now because of this loot boxes in Battlefront 2, and I for one feel like Battlefront 2 kind of taints Star Wars to me.
yeah, I think it kind of gave it a bad aftertaste.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ugh. Ugh. I just hope that again the industry learns from this, and as much as I do want at least some regulation, I don't want the government to get too much involved.
Ditto.
Like just enough to help us get everything done, but after that, I'd rather just leave us alone.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing I want to bring up is the Harvey Weinstein situation, because holy shit. Holy
Oh, the Harvey Weinstein. Oh, yeah.
Basically what happened is that multiple people just basically sort of basically said, gave like their stories about their time with Weinstein, not even paying him in a good light at all, paying him more of like a disgusting kind of light. And basically in the end, he got fired from the Weinstein company, his own company. And
Seriously?
yeah. Like,
Wow.
he was going to take a leave, but then Weinstein's like, no, you're fired.
from his own. Oh, that's.
Yeah.
Oh god.
And so now you have this trickle down effect on so many like more people in the industry, and to a point that like a lot. I forgot how many people got affected by this actually, but I do know that like two situations that sort of stems from this. NeoGaf actually took a big hit during this. Do you remember that?
I vaguely remember.
Yeah, someone online basically said, basically accused the founder of NeoGaf of, you know, and basically in protest, all of the mods just stopped working.
Oh, jeez.
No, like all the moderators. And
all the moderators.
All of them.
Oh,
so
God.
it was basically chaos, but then again, like apparently people have replied that NeoGaf is kind of bad. Like it's, I don't want to get too political, but it's definitely more towards the liberal SAW crowd. And so basically a lot, and you get banned for just about anything that goes against that. And so basically it ran amok to a point that they actually had to shut down NeoGaf. That like they pulled the plug on NeoGaf because no one would even forget about it, and now it's back up, but you don't hear much about it anymore. Like NeoGaf is just dead.
Yeah, I'm looking at their stuff, and my God. Jeez.
You should have seen the dumpster fire where when there were no mods on. It was glorious.
Glorious.
It was glorious. But then there's another casualty that's kind of happened. It's not really related to Harvey Weinstein, but it sort of happened in the same area, it feels like. When you think, hey, manga gets no bad news, anime is just fine, and the industry is just all peachy dory sometimes. Yeah, you know where this is going. There's a reason why I got Rurouni Kenshin before it got taken off shelves, if it does. Nobuhiro Watsuki, I believe the name is. I'm sorry, I'm not that good at names.
Noble Hero. Noble Heroes or Noble Hero?
Nobuhiro Watsuki.
Noble Hero Watsuki. Okay, apparently I can find it.
I think that speaks volume to what just happened. Basically, he got caught with child pornography. And, yeah.
Noble Hero Watsuki. Yeah. Oh, he's a YouTuber.
I don't think that one.
I'm just kidding.
No, that'd be hilarious if that was the case. I wish it was. Anyway, he's enough about YouTube shit, which a lot of stuff happened to that. So yeah, Rurouni Kenshin's sequel is now on hold, if not canceled. Apparently, there was reports of like a TV station replaying like the movies of Rurouni Kenshin, which I wonder how those will get affected by this. And at this point, kind of series is dead because, well, the creator is now in jail and probably is like blacklisted by now.
Oh, roof.
Yeah. Again, I've heard good things about the series. I will try not to let what he did enter my mind when I try to read it, but sadly no guarantees.
Yeah, oh my God, that's really not good.
Yeah. It's the same too because the anime is really good. The manga I from chapter 1 I really enjoyed.
Yeah, because he did a lot of other stuff like his serialized mangas. Here it is: are the Rurouni Kenshin series, Gunblaze West, Usho Renkin, Embalm. Pretty much the Rurouni Kenshin is the big giant one here. Oh,
Yeah.
Busho Rankin was been around, and he did some other ones apparently, like Robot Arms, Meteor Strike, Hiri no Sakura, Crescent Moon in the Warring States, Teacher Pawn, and he did some other works too, like video game designs for Samurai Shodown 5.
Really?
Yeah, Shinsen Gumi Genrod Den, which is Code of the Samurai.
Hmm.
Um, Budokan and Android.
And now I think they're just gonna remove his credits, like they like what they sort of did with the guy who basically like plagiarized all of the music for like the Dragon Ball games.
Oh, seriously?
Wait, you
Oh
never
my
heard
god.
about that?
I never heard about that one.
Okay, okay. I guess going off topic. Who was like hold up, let me look up like Dragon Ball Budokai. Like the fact that you haven't really heard of it is kind of just astounding to me. Like, okay, so okay, like I'm just trying to look for like the like um HD. There we go. Um, this sequel like okay. I'm trying to look up like the again. It's like the composer of it. He plagiarized a ton of music actually.
Oh boy.
Like it was so good and jazzy, and then people realize, oh, it sounds so similar to some of the other works. Again, I'm trying to find his name right here. This is what happens when we don't do like fucking research, and when everything decides to go fucking slow on you.
Ah, no, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
that's our again pre-alpha buddies.
Yeah. Okay. God damn it. I got. Okay. Like. Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I can't find a composer anywhere right now because like I kind of
Yeah,
don't
it's okay.
want to because it's taking way too long.
Nah, it's okay. Don't take your time.
All right, uh, just and then of course net neutrality happened.
Oh, a big fire.
Yeah, I was there. I watched it go down live.
Oh, I was in my class during that time, and I was kind of hoping like, oh god, it's gonna be bad. I
Yeah,
know it's gonna be bad.
it was yeah very bad. I will
Yeah.
say that like at least there's Congress we can push against that, but the fact that it's getting through worries me. And
Yes.
I feel like the part that worries me about it most is because I do not trust our American companies. I do not
People.
trust them.
Here's the thing. I usually it's not a good thing to trust corporations, even if one are for or against net neutrality. I'm trying not to say one is good and one is bad. I mean, both sides of the spectrum kind of did some shady stuff. Let's be honest, but
Yeah.
especially on the news, if people look it down. But it's really, in a way, sad because
Oh yeah.
a lot of people say, "Oh, we don't need it," and then you look at things in, for example, Japan, South Korea, some of the European. I think actually most of the European Union have net neutrality, and they have that for a reason. And the ones that don't, for example, is China and Russia. So, in a way, when people say it's not a big deal, you kind of have to say, well, we're gonna be like these two, but it's kind of sad. It's just a sad thing we're in, and I'm hoping that it gets solved when it can, because it's a big pile of just messed up stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I get it's sort of like I said earlier, is that I just don't trust our companies, like corporations with it, because especially like before this, fucking Comcast, like
Oh yeah, Comcast.
yeah, and actually
Mm.
recently, like I saw like a Rageaholics video, like sort of like he's against net neutrality, and I saw his points, but then I saw like Super Bunny Hop, and he lived through like what Comcast did to him, like the
Hmm.
300 megabytes per month or megabyte downloads per month, and how it actually ran. It actually made video creating much harder for him, even streaming, and basically like that to me proves that if we had better companies that actually treated our customers like customers and not fucking cattle, then
Hmm.
I would be fine with I get a more competitive edge to to the internet, but not right now. Not with these fucking jackasses running.
Yeah, here's the thing though. Is I'm sorry if I'm fawning over Japanese culture a little bit too much, but here's some facts. Is that we're not. People say that we have the fastest internet. It's like, well, no.
No, no. I remember fucking. I think Swedish. Like last time I checked, they had the fastest internet.
Yes, I believe so. Let me actually look. Oh no, that's not. No, I wanted to update. God damn it. That's. Oh, here it is. Fast internet in 2007. Not us. Okay. You want to hear it? You want to hear which one has the fastest internet?
Go for it.
You. All right. So okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. Here are the Uh, wait, is this even the right one? Okay. So the highest. Yeah. Okay. So countries with the highest average internet connection speed as of the first quarter of 2017 in megabytes per second. South Korea.
That's the highest.
South Korea is 28.6 megabytes per second. Norway is 23.5 megabytes per second, and we are at 18.7 megabytes per second.
That's so fucking low.
On speed.
Yeah, like compared to like compared to the highest to us, like I get why South Korea needs it. It's like the like esports capital of the world, but Jesus.
Well, here's one thing. I guess Japan is 20.2 megabytes per second.
That seems weird to me.
That seems a little bit weird. Let me see
That
some.
seems like it should be higher. Like I get us because city corporations, but I don't get Japan because they're like they turn technology into beauty most of the time.
Yeah, let me look up some other articles here. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm looking up a different article. And this one it's different. The top 5 countries with the quickest internet. Hong Kong is top of the list with peak. I'm reading this, by the way. Peak internet speed, a broadcast connection in a country shows an average of 54.1 megabytes per second across service. It only takes 83 seconds to download one high-definition movie.
What? How long?
83 seconds.
83 seconds. What the fuck?
Okay. Leading the second one is South Korea, and it says it's 48.8 megabytes per second, and it only takes 92 seconds for downloading a high quality movie.
What?
And here's Japan, 42.2 megabytes per second. One HD movie will only take 106 seconds.
Huh. And like us, it takes like what feels like hours sometimes.
For us.
Yes, like what the I hate this country sometimes, despite me loving it.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's the same with every country.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I think from what I heard is there are people who are trying to at least do their own stuff. Like I might be doing this too. Is ISPs is pretty much buying your own router, buying your own modem, and just go with it. I know people are doing that.
I know Google Fiber, for a time that was trying to like spread to so many different like areas of the country, but it was getting like too expensive, I think. And
Yeah, from what I heard.
yeah, but the thing is that apparently from Super Bunny Hop, that's what killed sort of like the limiting connection speed for him in his area is because he got like is because he was able to get it and you know what I mean, right? Like he was able to get it, and so Comcast had to respond to it because it was the better surface.
Yeah, it's oh god, dude.
Yeah.
You know, at this rate, and it did happen before. People should just go to a different country.
It's bound to like it's
Yeah,
definitely
actually,
bound
that
to.
did happen. During the I'm not gonna say what it is. During that one very major event, there were a lot of people who actually was so bad. Like people went to Canada's website to actually move there. It got so bad the website crashed.
I remember that now.
Yeah, you don't say what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my. Oh boy. Well, let's just hope that it will
Maybe this year, no, next year will be better than the last.
Yep, with a bit more sense of morality.
Oh yeah, please, please, I would love that. You know what? I don't know any like good news that's been spreading around, but do you have any?
Yes, I do. Thankfully.
Oh, thank goodness.
Alright, so I'll just start with the minimal stuff, right?
Alright.
So the minimal one is that me and a friend here who are going to do communication design, which resolves around game designing, we're doing a small project.
Alright.
That project is to make a game.
Okay.
So I am going to work on some of the character design, and the others are gonna start up making the coding for it.
Oh, nice. Actually, I feel like even though I feel like your like character design is more fit for like anime, I will say that I can't wait to see it like come to life.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get the subject down. So we're all just trying. The main head guy, a friend of mine as well, is trying to get the schedules down and get everything set up so we can have a little schedule to do some things down and whatnot. Another thing is, what was it? What was it? I'm like kind of messing around with the music I'm listening to right now, so I'm sorry.
Oh. How to keep yourself concentrated? Have music. I felt maybe that's why.
Music.
Maybe that's why you've been doing a lot of ums lately because you've been so focused on more on the music.
Yeah, pretty much.
God damn it.
Well, another thing. Let's see. Is that the what the fuck am I trying to think? Goddamn.
Good news. Give me good news.
I'm trying to think of one that has been good news. The music is nice.
And that's 2017 in a nutshell. What is good news? Well, the music's nice at least.
Well,
everything else is fucking burns.
Here, how about something more in the human section?
Okay, the human section. That should be great.
There's a lot of people who out there is kind of saying, well, there's a lot of bad stuff out there, but we're gonna try to take some action verbally on the situation and pretty much try to say, hey, this isn't a good thing. You should at least listen to your own people rather than just ignoring them. Because let's be honest, if you're gonna gonna run a country and you're elected by some folks, like Congress-wise and whatnot, listen to those people, and when they don't listen, they will either shout it loud or they will take action. So thankfully, from what's going on here, is that people are speaking up, at least to do that. So that's one good thing. Another good thing would be shoot. I'm really trying to find some good news out there.
I know it's really hard right now.
It's just a lot of things.
Well, at least the music's nice.
The music is nice.
If you got nothing, just say so.
Oh no, I'm gonna find something good, and I'm not
Are
gonna
you going to
stop.
dig into the depths of the internet just to find something good?
Yes, I am going to find a very heartwarming, good news, at least. So
it's going to get buried by a bunch of Twitter soapboxes.
I'm going to find one. I'm going to find one.
You're going on this epic journey of grand proportions that's going to be made into a shitty Hollywood movie.
I found one.
Yes. What is it?
The Pope's birthday.
Really?
Yes.
I guess it's somewhat good.
He's eating pizza. Think about the kids.
He's eating pizza?
He's eating pizza. The Pope is eating pizza. The Pope
eats pizza?
The Pope is eating pizza.
Well, that's news to me.
Here, you want me to hold on. Where's the? I'm gonna show you a picture at least. Oh no, that's not the picture I was talking about. What the freak?
God damn it!
It was Oh look, I have a birthday. I got.
Oh my gosh.
Here.
Here? Where?
Here.
Where?
Here.
Where?
Here, I'll show you.
I'll show you a
picture.
Is it?
I'm gonna show it to you. Jeebus, hold up. Here, I'll even post it on in the chat. Just let them see it too. Here.
That he's just blowing out a candle. That's not pizza.
That's pizza.
No,
that's pizza.
They're just balls.
Oh my god! I'll find a different angle than that. Damn it. Here's an angle.
Okay, now there it is.
Jesus Christ, you are picky.
Hey, where's the good news? I found some. Show me it, damn it! Oh my god. 2017 has made me into a fucking bitter man.
Yeah, I can tell. Here.
Oh.
Here, just look. Just look.
I'm looking. I see.
Look. Look.
He's getting balloons. Oh, great.
Come on. Ah, god damn, you're very hard to satisfy. Okay, how about this? Student invents device that captures tailpipe pollution so you can turn it into ink.
The fuck? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No, I want to see it. Damn it. I need more ink. I keep running out of it.
You need more ink?
I keep running out of ink. I keep going to the art store.
I posted on chat for everyone to look.
Oh! You're so desperate I have to use Good News Network.
Yes! Shut up!
Then again, what am I doing but being a snarky asshole?
Very snarky.
Alright.
Let me emphasize that. Very snarky.
That is what the internet has turned me into, my friend.
You want to hear a very happy yet sad one? Do you want that?
No, sir! Sir!
Do you want that?
Yeah!
Do you want that? Here. Okay, I'll wait till it comes back.
Oh my gosh.
Last time I called this was called PopKa. Podcast.
Yes, I'm close to opening this. I am close to opening my drink. Pandemic crew goes out of their way to grandparents Oh.
I did say it was a sad but yet happy one.
I did not realize.
You said it. You offered it. You said it.
I know,
it was your fault. It was your fault.
Yes, it is.
Your fault.
No, fuck it. I'm gonna end this here. Let's wrap this up.
No.
God damn it.
I'm just kidding. Just go.
No, fuck you. I'm wrapping this up with my drink. So before we end it, what drink do you have?
I have water. I have water.
No.
I don't have any sake to swallow to drown myself in sorrow and pain.
Well, guess what? I have something similar. It's called ramune. It's not. It's something from Japan at least. It's not sake, but it's the best next thing. And it's green apple flavor, so fuck off.
Give it.
Oh, give it. Give it. Fuck you, it's mine. So on that note, let's toast to the end of this podcast and just drink the pop culture or sorrow away, whatever. Drink up.
Yeah. Just to say that we might do another podcast and we'll do something that is relevant, actually pop culture.
Wait, you saying the shit that I was talking about earlier with the bad news? That wasn't pop.
It's still pop culture.
Yeah.
You get the point.
Yes.
You get the point. More pop culture in the future.
Don't fuck you, drink. Fuck you, just drink up.
All right, come by.
Good night, everybody.
All right. See you next time.